Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. This morning, we're following some breaking news here out of Hartford. That's where 4 people have died this morning in an early morning house fire.
Yeah, we'll get you those details in just a moment. First, though, we need to get a check of your Monday weather with meteorologist Gilardi. No first alerts in this week.
No, not yet. Knock on wood.
Not yet.
I know.
Okay,
You never know.
Early start to the week.
No one will pop up.
Inserted, but
Okay.
for right now, it looks
that move there.
pretty tame. We are seeing a little breeze this morning. A front moved through overnight. Very few areas got a little rain, but if you did, it was like, wow, we need that desperately. And we're getting a welcome change at least. Dew points are dropping, so comfort is increasing. Clouds will be decreasing. Temperatures are going to be cooler than average. It is just fantastic weather. You're stepping outside, you can clearly notice the change. We still have some 50s, upper 50s, anywhere from Waterbury points northwestward, everyone else in the 60s. That breeze is out there. Gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. So, yeah, that will mean for those wind chimes to be a little noisy out there to kick off our day. And maybe you're just hearing that wind. Maybe it woke you up. All right, winds are locks right now. We are tracking a little glow to our north. Yes, and sunshine will be breaking out across our state. Right now it's 60 there with a north wind at 15. Still lots of clouds down towards Old Saybrook, but not a bad start. But the water a little choppy there. We have a little small craft advisory in effect for part of the Sound. We'll be talking about that in Maine weather, but for now, you know, mowing and whatever grass is left green, that is, you're enjoying the air. And you don't have to just knock it out in the morning hours. We're not talking about a heat index. We're talking about actual highs, mid and upper 70s. Beautiful all day long. So get out there, enjoy it. But we'll obviously talk about any impacts from Aaron and that small rain chance on Wednesday for now. I'll see you in about 15 minutes. But let's get an update on traffic with Marcy. Good morning.
Good morning, Jill. Hey, you mentioned that wind. So I noticed on my way in, I just had to kind of hang onto the steering wheel a little bit tighter. So make sure you keep that in mind throughout your morning commute. Also, if the kids haven't been picked up yet, for the little ones, just make sure that you throw in a cardigan as well. Other than that, things are running smoothly across the state. No incidents or accidents to report as of yet. Let's keep it that way. That's your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
We're on top of breaking news in Hartford this morning, where we've learned 4 people have died. 5 others have been taken to the hospital after a devastating fire on Schultz's Place overnight.
A Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the location here. It's not far from Hartford Hospital, and that's where we find your reporter Taylor Knight breaking down what we know right now. What's the update, Taylor?
Yeah, firefighters are starting to clear up here on Schultz's Place. They've been here since about 2:30 this morning. Chief Rodney Barco told Channel 3 that 9 people were home when this fire began. 4 people did not make it out. 5 people also had to be taken to the hospital. Just a devastating fire here in Hartford this morning. The home is badly burned. Firefighters are still inside working and investigating exactly how this fire started. Chief Barco said 1 firefighter was hurt when they fell down the stairs inside of the home, but they are expected to be okay. And Schultz's Place does connect to Wethersfield Ave, and this portion of that street is closed right now. And of course, it is a busy street here in Hartford, so be mindful of that if your commute does take you through here this morning. We did just get another update from the deputy chief here. We did ask for the conditions of the people who are in the hospital, but he did not have any further information on them at this point. Your reporter live in Hartford, Taylor Knight, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Taylor, thank you. Today, a somber occasion in Oxford as community members mark 1 year since devastating and deadly flooding. A memorial outside of Town Hall will be dedicated to the victims and first responders who risked their lives to help others. You might remember 2 women who were in their cars were swept away by floodwaters near Little River. 18 people had to be rescued from the Brookside Inn restaurant, and a number of roads and businesses remain damaged. Also today, the Route 67 diner in Seymour reopens after the restaurant's equipment was damaged in last year's floods. Customers and other community members came together to help the owners rebuild.
Right now, New Haven police are looking for the shooter that killed a teenager and injured another man over the weekend.
It happened early Sunday morning just off of Yale's campus. Your reporter Anna Stansfield fills us in on the investigation as the campus works to keep students safe.
I was at that scene yesterday morning as parents and families walked by us with boxes in hand, getting ready to move their kids into their dorms. Some of them stopped by to ask me about what happened while investigators were still working the scene. And of course, when I told them it was a deadly shooting, shock filled their faces. Around 3 o'clock Sunday morning, a shooting on College Street, just feet away from Yale's campus. 18-year-old Dylan Cornelius shot, later dying at the hospital. A 23-year-old man also caught in the crossfire, expected to be okay. As police worked the scene, students were moving into their dorms. New Haven's police chief says they've upped their patrols near bars to prevent these things from happening so close to where students are living, but says Sunday's violence involved teenagers who shouldn't have even been in the area.
Well, the officers are tied up with people coming out of the bars, drunk, maybe starting fights. They're out on the outskirts, running into each other, and then violent episodes are taking place.
And this shooting comes just days after Chief Jacobson says that violent crime across the Elm City is down this year compared to last year. Well, at the time, the number of homicides were the same. He says the number of non-fatal shootings are down by 30 this year. I'm your reporter in New Haven, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And right now, we're working to find out more about a crash in Summers that seriously hurt someone. Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the scene near Mason Lane and Battle Street. State police say a car crashed into a utility pole around 7 o'clock last night.
Well, the investigation continues here this morning into a deadly crash in East Windsor. Police say an officer actually came across it on Rye Street just after midnight on Sunday. Investigators believe the driver was thrown from his vehicle when it went over a guardrail and hit a utility pole. And a heads up here this morning, if you have plans to visit a state recreation area this week, a ban on alcoholic beverages takes effect tomorrow in 9 locations. The department says it will improve safety. The list includes Wadsworth Falls State Park and Naugatuck State Valley. You can find a full list here on our website or our mobile app. A ban will stay in place until mid-November.
Today in Manchester, leaders will highlight a program to help homeowners fix their crumbling foundations. About $2 million in federal funding was set aside back in 2022 for a restoration program. The state has paid out more than $200 million collecting insurance through homeowners insurance policies. The damage is caused by a naturally occurring mineral that can crack when it's exposed to air and water.
Well, tonight in Tolland, some state leaders will meet with parents and students to talk about proposed changes to homeschooling rules in our state. It takes place at 6 o'clock at the Senior Center. Some lawmakers have called for more oversight after a Waterbury woman allegedly held her stepson captive for more than 20 years after pulling him out of school. Homeschool advocates say they're being unfairly targeted.
Well, Channel 3 teamed up with local police and fire departments to help local students get ready for school.
Yeah, we collected backpacks and school supplies at our back-to-school bash at the shops at Evergreen Walk in South Windsor yesterday. A parent and teacher says giving students the tools they need makes a big difference.
I just feel going in with new energy, knowing you have a village around you, whether it's your family, whether it's the town, is very important for these students. It creates confidence and they know people care about them.
The supplies are now on their way to local community organizations and will be given out to 1,000 families across the state. Well, today in Old Lyme, there's a discussion about the impact federal funding cuts could have in our state. Senator Richard Blumenthal and the state's treasurer are hosting the talks at the library at 4:30 this afternoon. It is open to the public.